Hello. So today I want to address a very interesting question regarding stablecoins and all banks that are trying to issue them. So basically people are asking themselves like, oh, how come that banks can create cryptocurrencies? And that's what media tells them. Indeed, the bank cannot issue cryptocurrency, but what about JPMorgan or other central banks or even Apple Card? What do they want to do? So it's interesting, but the stable coin from a bank actually makes sense, but only when you view it with a certain point. So the goal of crypto was, one of the goals was to simplify internet payments. Obviously, the result is not just this, it's more about censorship resistance, but we will come to this a little bit later. And when some central bank announces a coin, eventually what it does is creating a new IT infrastructure for a dollar or euro or every other currency. So when JPMorgan issuing a coin is just saying, oh, here is another payment rails which you can use to move money, like maybe cheaper, maybe easier, maybe something else. But it cannot be said that this is cryptocurrency, because cryptocurrency is the system where there is no government, there is no company that backs it up, and obviously it should be censorship resistant, it should be permissionless, so anybody can join and anybody can store all the transactions, do the audit, participate in governance processes, etc. And cryptocurrencies function, the most important thing again is censorship resistance. If we don't have censorship resistance, this is not a cryptocurrency. So I would say that only like below less than 10 coins on CoinMarketCap are actually cryptocurrencies. The rest are just digital assets or digitized assets or some commodities, etc. And obviously it makes sense sometimes to send money through crypto, especially if you don't want to be regulated. But for corridors where it's not now efficient to do with fiat, the crypto basically makes an additional way to do so. And obviously if this corridor becomes too big, then traditional players will take the same role. So sending money through crypto is something like saying, oh, I am opening an account in one bank which allows me to settle payments, and I don't need to withdraw this money. I always buy and sell on the other side. And actually that's what will happen soon. We will have a global bank. I believe it will be a US bank, probably JPMorgan or Goldman Sachs with Apple, which will allow you to open accounts for everybody in the world, just using their mobile phone, maybe like making a picture of your passport, and then settlement in this bank will become really simple and easy and probably free, as Apple said in the announcement. So there is a global trend to to build a global bank. And like when IBM, for example, announces that they have IBM Wire, they actually saying that, oh, we are building a global payment system or global bank. So just open accounts in us and we will settle, instead of doing corresponding relationships. But it's like a very simple thing. So central bank currency makes sense. Obviously it's not a cryptocurrency, it's just a ledger for everybody, for every citizen of the country or maybe other citizens. And settlement is instant because it's just one ledger where everything is stored. So central bank coin makes sense, it's not crypto, and we will see appearing of this global bank very soon. But what about payments that are permissionless? Some stable coins, for example, they work on top of Ethereum as ERC20 coins. It makes sense only when you want to hide transactions. So these companies actually say, oh, when you open accounts with us, we do KYC on you. And then on the secondary market, these coins can be traded like without any KYC or AML, and we are not responsible for that. But when somebody comes back and want to withdraw this coin, then they have to pass KYC again. So actually they try to leave the responsibility for Ethereum to process these transactions. And I don't think it will be actually a big trend, because like regulators will be pursuing them anyway. So this, I believe, will be trends, and for 2019 and 2020. And as you see, many of these trends actually make sense. Thank you.